Right then, lads, welcome back to Kossi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kossi. We are back again early in the morning with the Arsenal Morning Show. We're going to be diving into much of Arsenal talk, much of Arsenal news, much of Arsenal sagas around the internet, around the world, and probably, especially, not probably, but especially all the transfer links that are happening around the club this morning. Of course, Mohamed Elneny has been linked with a move to Galatasaray this early morning, with the reports saying that it is as close as done. The man on my screen, Fabrizio Romano, has given us another update on Dusan Vlahovic, pushing away all the rumors that we are not interested and confirming that we are interested and we are still monitoring the player's position. However much Arsenal do understand that that could be a very difficult deal to do. We've been linked to a couple of other players, in the past 22 hours, in the past 10 hours, and we're gonna dive into that. Sadio Mane, picking up an injury, at Liverpool. That is very, very good news because we are playing Liverpool in the next 8 days. So if Mane is injured for the next 10 days, probably that is some good news. Of course, as a football fan, I don't want a player like Mane to get injured because I know the quality he adds to Liverpool. But as an Arsenal fan, still, I feel like, if he gets injured, probably for one game, he's out for one game for Liverpool, it wouldn't hurt us that much. And especially the fact that we are playing them next. The father of Gabriel Martinelli has also come out and said his son deserves more time. However, he might not leave Arsenal in the January transfer window. There are offers that have been offered to the player and the father, who is the agent, but at the moment he is not going to let the boy leave Arsenal. Dennis Zakaria linked to Roma. It was never gonna come that easy. It was never gonna come without competition. We'll try to dive into that, and the latest on a release clause that Arsenal want to trigger in for a midfielder down in the German Bundesliga. So that and more is coming up on this show. Make sure you smash your like on the video. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do get involved in the comment section. Do you think Zakaria will join? Do you think Mikel Arteta's 100 games have been a success? And what do you think about Martinelli going out on loan in the January transfer window? For now, let's get our party started. So start with the party. Arsenal apparently moving closer, and they're moving in to trigger the release clause of Tyler Adams. Now, Tyler Adams is one of the players that I've been talking about, I think, since last summer. This time, we want him as a midfielder. It is very, very interesting to see how things have actually turned. Because last summer, we wanted him as a right back. Arsenal were looking at him as a potential right back, probably as a potential right wing back, if that makes a lot of sense. Now, according to reports coming in from Germany, especially the Bild, which is one of the most credible sources in the world of football, and most credible in Germany at least, I can confirm that. The Bild have also confirmed that yes, Arsenal are moving in to trigger the release clause of Tyler Adams. They love the player, they admire the player, and they would want him to come in and join the midfield, the midfield in Arsenal. Now, the big question around Tyler Adams is, what is his release clause price? That is £40 million, and £40 million for a player who is not a right back, for a player who's not a midfielder. Yes, he's played at right back a couple of times. Yes, he wants, his dream position is being reported as as central midfield, more like an Ainsley Maitland-Niles, one that has not decided, but one that is a really, really big prospect. Now, Arsenal is saying that in January, if we do not get another midfielder, we'll go for Tyler Adams and trigger his release clause. Of course, he's playing at down there with RB Leipzig, one of the best clubs in Germany at the moment. I wait to see what happens, because in my opinion, I would love a decent player. I would love someone like Ruben Neves. I would love someone like Renato Sanchez. I would love someone who has nailed it as a midfielder. Look, I'm not really writing off Tyler Adams. Maybe he's like Ainsley. Maybe he's been played at right back because of his versatility. And of course, we know Arsenal do love to bring in those players that are a little bit versatile. Ben White is a centre back, also can play in the midfield and right back. Tomiyasu is a right back, can play at centre back, as well. And of course, the likes of Ainsley, who can play almost all over the pitch. So probably the element of his versatility could be the reason as to why Arsenal are willing to trigger his release clause. However, for me, I think we should go for a loan deal. If we cannot get Zakaria on a free or Zakaria in January, we should go for a loan deal in the January transfer window, and probably in the summer go for someone decent. In the summer, there's going to be so many players that will have cheap prices stuck to them. I think Ruben Neves will be cheaper than that because his contract is nearing the end. I think Zakaria will be free if we can actually get that one done. Players like Dusan Kulusevski, they'll be available as well. I'll talk about him in this video. So look, Tyler Adams, I'm a little bit skeptical. 40 million, only 5 million pounds, below Thomas Partey. That means you've got to be good enough. 40 million pounds for a midfielder, you've got to be good enough. Is he that good? Is he going to bring us the quality that we want, me and you? But talking about midfielders and talking about the January transfer window, Arsenal have been linked with another one, a special Swedish midfielder called Dusan Kulusevski. Now, Kulusevski is playing at Juve at the moment. Wow, boy oh boy, yesterday when I did the video about the rumors, I had not made my research about him. I had not looked at him. Boy oh boy, he is one to watch. He's one to watch, especially in terms of his progressive runs, especially in terms of his goal involvement, creating chances, trying to score, and a couple of things. I think he is one to watch. Boy oh boy, the boy is good. Now look, Kulusevski, he made that switch from Atlanta to Juve. I think, was it last year or last year but one, and he is one of those midfielders that I think if Arsenal got him, look, forget Manuel Locatelli, I do not care anymore. Forget Renato Sanchez, I do not care. Forget whoever you are thinking about. If you're nostalgic about Ramsey, if you're nostalgic about Jack Wilshere, forget all those. If Arsenal got this man in that midfield, I think that would be a massive add to the squad. Now, Kulusevski, a couple of reports have come out from Italy, but one that I would trust is the one from Gianluca Di Marzio, who has said that Arsenal have actually inquired about the situation of Dusan Kulusevski. Juve, I don't know if they will sell. I think, in my opinion, they will sell. They will sell if the right offer comes in. We know that they are in financial predicaments at the moment. They are stuck between a hard place and a rock. So if anything comes in that is decent, if anything comes in that is attractive, boy oh boy, they will sell. Trust me, they will sell. They have so many players in the midfield. Yes, of course, Kulusevski is one of the future talents. He's one of the good players they have. But they're trying to offload some players. They're trying to offload, some players off their wage bill. Ramsey is being they are willing to let Ramsey go on a free in January transfer window, probably terminate his contract. I don't think they'll terminate the contract of Kulusevski. No, Arsenal have to fight, and Arsenal will have to show that they are serious about this one. But in my opinion, Arsenal, go get him. He's a very, very good player. Look, I still think I would go for Zakaria, but if you fail to get Zakaria, I think we should go for Dusan Kulusevski. Nice player, good player, and I think he's really, really talented. Speaking about Italy and Germany, then you have Zakaria being linked to Roma. There you go. I said it 2 days ago, 48 hours. The video is still even, very, very fresh. And I said it that if Arsenal do not act fast, if Arsenal do not actually, speed up their interest in Dennis Zakaria, it is not us that are going to be interested. Many clubs want free deals, especially clubs in Italy. They love free deals. They love free things. They just love it when they get something on a free. Juve, Roma, Napoli, Inter. They want free things, especially AC Milan as well. So this time it is Roma that is troubling us with Dennis Zakaria. But I'm not really scared of Roma. One, they have I know they have a very, very good manager in Jose Mourinho down there. But look, if it is Europa League, I think we have more chances, of giving him Europa League football next season. At least Champions League football. We know that Roma and Arsenal are very, very far away from that. But to put into context, Dennis Zakaria will join Roma, will he join Arsenal? I think if Arsenal put up the right offer on the table, we will get the player. At the moment, yes, Roma are interested, but I don't see those interests, really, really growing into something very disturbing. But Arsenal have to act fast. I feel like after Roma, we'll see Man City. After Roma, we'll see Atlanta. After Roma, we'll see Newcastle. Look, many clubs are going to come in to fight for Dennis Zakaria. He's a good player. He's a really, really talented player. So if Arsenal think they're going to have him on a free without competition, that is never going to happen. You only get a player without competition if you act fast. And, us Arsenal and our snail pace in the transfer window really doesn't really work out like that. So guys, that is the update on Dennis Zakaria. I hope Arsenal can act fast. I hope Arsenal can actually wake up and get things done. Now, Gabriel Martinelli and his father have started talking, have started speaking out, and I said, I remember speaking about this, and I said they're never gonna be silent for forever. Martinelli is one of those players that are really, really talented, and to make matters worse, I feel like Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, are on the same level. So, being the fact that Martinelli is not getting time, not at least 10 games, 10 minutes per 90, that is really going to affect. And I think Mikel Arteta is absolutely getting this one wrong. Now, his father, who's called Joao, has come out and said, and I quote, he said, since he came back from an injury, he's been playing a lot less than he would have liked. There have been some proposals from Europe, but Arsenal have already warned they will not release him. Now, of course, we know if there was if there was ever a super signing of a wonder kid that Arsenal have ever made, that is Gabriel Martinelli. He's very, very good. He's forward thinking. He's talented. He scores the goals. Very clinical. And I think, he adds that tenacity to the team that many players cannot actually add. Actually, I think we play at a sharper pace when players like Gabriel Martinelli are placed onto the pitch than, as compared to our should I say normal, usual routine of slow football, which absolutely makes me sick. But the rumors are that a couple of clubs have come in and said, give us Gabriel Martinelli, we want to take him, we want to give him a new challenge, we'll give him game time, and things like that. The players thought about it, the player and his agent and his father have thought about it and said, okay, let's say this. If he goes out in January, he gets more game time and probably can come back and compete for for a place at Arsenal. I don't disagree with that. I think that is a very, very good move for Arsenal and the player as well. But look, come January, we are going to be understaffed, and that is the word. We will be understaffed, especially in terms of forwards, especially in terms of players. We don't need to let another player go. And the last time we let players go out on loan, it didn't end so well. Willock ended up going to Newcastle. Matteo Guendouzi ended up signing for Marseille, and William Saliba, 3 years on loan, has been very impressive, but has not actually found his way back in the side. So do I think Martinelli should go out on loan? No. Mikel needs to give him some more game time. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, keep it progressing. 45 minutes, 30 minutes. I think the past 3 games, Arsenal has been really brilliant. We've scored our goal before the hour mark, and I think that's where you introduce a player like Gabriel Martinelli. 70th minute, bring him on, play. Let him play for 20 minutes, and probably could score, probably could assist in the last 20 minutes of the game. It's gonna have an impact, and he would also help us rotate the likes of Smith Rowe, rotate the likes of Saka, so that they do not actually get burned out and really get a nasty problematic injury. So Martinelli is not for sale. Martinelli is not going out on loan. That is according to his father, Joao. At least I'm a little bit relieved. Talking about relief and talking about things that are really, really relieving. Look, calm down, Kosi. Okay, Sadio Mane picked up an injury, guys. Sadio Mane picked up an injury. Look, I want to say, oh, I'm sad. An African player picked up an injury. Oh, my God. Look, I'm not really, in that mode. I'm going to say Sadio Mane picking up an injury, it is some positive news. Boy, oh boy, I'm afraid of Mane. He has destroyed Arsenal before. The same with Salah, the same with Jota, who has not destroyed us in that Liverpool forward line, man. Look, Mane has picked up an injury on international duty. And the rumors are that the injury could actually keep him out for some 6 days. Now, we are playing Liverpool in the next 8 days. That means Mane could be a doubt for the Arsenal game. Come on, Arsenal. Come on. Please go do this for us. If Mane is out, of course, Jota comes in. They still have Firmino, they still have Salah. But look, Mane, Firmino, Salah, ask Manchester United. They will tell you that defensive trio is an absolute bullet. It can, it's a missile. It's a missile. It can actually destroy you. So look, Mane getting injured, it increases our chances of getting a point in that game at least by 0.01%. I don't care. They still have Klopp, they still have Salah, they still have so many good players there, Jadon Henderson, and a couple of them. But look, Liverpool have not been playing on, at their best level, in the past 3 games. Yes, they beat Manchester United 5-0, but I don't think that was the Liverpool that was playing at the highest level. They drew against Liverpool. They drew against Brighton 2-2. I think they played well in the first half. In the second half, they switched off. Brighton should have won that game if it was not for the offside caused by VAR. And obviously, they finally lost a game this season. West Ham, the boys, hammering them, destroying them, humiliating them. 3-2 was the final score there. Of course, I'm really afraid of West Ham. We have to play West Ham in that coming month of December. Really, really scared. But our immediate problem is Liverpool. So Liverpool have not been really playing at that level. They've not been, stretching out, to the standards we expect them to. But of course, that doesn't mean anything. Arsenal are still underdogs against Liverpool, and I'm really, really scared for my life. And finally, speaking about transfers and done deals, Mohamed Elneny. Let's speak about Mohamed Elneny in the last minutes of the video. Now, Mohamed Elneny has been linked with the move to Turkey on a couple of occasions, and a couple of clubs have been actually interested in him. But Galatasaray looks like it's the team that is going to be taking the signature of Mohamed Elneny. Actually, news coming in from Turkey indicates that the player did agree personal terms, and there is also an agreement in principle for him to join Galatasaray. What I do not understand, and I want to understand this very well, is the agreement suggesting that he's going to join in January, or does the agreement suggest that he's going to join them in the summer? If he's going to join them in the summer, well and good, because I do not need my squad destabilized. Yes, I need the likes of Kolasinac out. Edin Kedia should go as well. But with Mohamed Elneny, Momo, yeah, probably I could use another 6 months, bro. I could use another 6 months, and that is what I'm talking about. Let's have him for 6 months, and at the end of the season, goodbye, Momo. Farewell. You've done well. You've been here, as since Arsene Wenger. You've not even scored more than 20 goals, I think, for us. No, you've not been a disgrace. You've not been a superstar. You've been a mediocre, and I think mediocres deserve to go to Galatasaray. Let us give him to Galatasaray. But at the moment, I think Momo should stay. It's going out, in January. For AFCON, and I think when he comes back, Arsenal will need some squad rotation. Of course, he will need to rest as well, because he will play some minutes for Egypt in the African Cup of Nations. But when he comes back, I think they'll be a little bit fresh than the players that will have played in the whole of December and the whole of January. Because of course, in tournament football, you don't play on a daily basis, and you also don't play on a bi-daily basis. Of course, what I mean is 2 days, once every 2 days. Okay, I think the English is right. But anyway, guys, Momo, do you think he should be leaving in January? My opinion is no. Keep Momo until the summer. I'm not a big fan of Mohamed Elneny, but of course, with the cover up, the professionalism he professes as an Arsenal player, being on the bench and never complaining all the time is absolutely class. So that is it, guys, from me today. A 40 million release clause to be triggered in Tyler Adams' contract at RB Leipzig in Germany. Arsenal are much interested in that one. We've been contacting Dejan Kulusevski and his agents, trying to find about the availability of the player. I don't know whether they're gonna ask for Champions League, because everywhere they've been, at Atlanta, Champions League is there. At Juve, Champions League is there. Are they going to settle for Europa League? Are they going to settle for Arsenal? It's going to be a very, very tight call, and to be one interesting, to see how it ends. Mikel Arteta, 100 games. I have a very, very special podcast with a very special fan, an Arsenal fan. It's called Matthew. We'll be discussing Mikel Arteta's, 100 games, and probably the fact that he could become the new Arsene Wenger, because he has actually won more games under difficult conditions than Arsene Wenger in his first 100 games. So, do we have a new Arsene Wenger? Probably not. Zakaria to Roma, is it something that I would love to see? No, but the rumors are there, and of course we have to talk about that. Gabriel Martinelli, offers have been coming. The father says he's not leaving. Mane injured. Elneny deal agreed with Galatasaray, and Fabrizio Romano has come out and confirmed that yes, Dusan Vlahovic is an Arsenal target. However much we do not have agreements, however much we do not have conversations with the agent going on, but at the moment Arsenal are looking and are tracking the player. All the rumors that have been saying, oh, he's not an Arsenal target, we do not want him, they're absolutely washed away. They got the best journalist in the world, the best post journalist, the best transfer journalist, the only one man that can tell you something about transfers and you believe it. Fabrizio Romano has said, look, Arsenal want the player. Who says no when he says yes? Smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me speak to you guys in the next one. Like I said, I do have an interview with Matthew, and later, of course, business as usual, 4:45 will be here at 9 p.m.